Merging the data sets. In most real world situations, the data that we want to use come in multiple sets. We often need to combine those 2 or 3 whatever data files that we have and merge them into a single data frame, and then we can analyze or perform analysis on the complete data. We can use pandas merge function. What merge function will do is it will take 2 parameters firstly, which are table 1 or data frame 1, and the second parameter would be data frame 2 or table 2, and then the third parameter would be on parameter, which will have a key column that we want the merging to be performed on. Most of the time data sets will have a unique column which we can use as a on column or key column. Then we have a parameter how is the will allow us what kind of join we want to perform. If you are coming from SQL background, or if you have worked in any SQL query language, you would be able to understand how the joins work. We have left join, right join, inner join and outer join, and we will see what these joins are and how it works. We will just see how the joins work. Let's first see how the merging works. Merging will combine 2 data frames or table based on a key and return a data frame. The data frame would contain, the new data frame that we built will contain rows based on the key column, but all the column will be returned in new data frame. Like the rows will be based on the key column, but all the columns that we have in both the data frame would be part of our output data frame, be it inner join, be it left join, be it right join, or be it a outer join. So let's first see inner join. What inner join would do is it will combine 2 data frames based on the key and will return common rows that have matching values in both the data frames. Then we have outer join. What outer join will do is it will return all the rows from both the frames based on key, but it won't repeat the common rows, meaning it will take the all the columns from table 1 and all the columns from table 2, but based on the key, if there are any common rows, these common rows would not be repeated, only one of those common rows would be taken into consideration. Next we have is our left join. What left join will do is it will return all the rows from left table, even for the key which doesn't have value in our right table. Then we have our right join. What right join will return all the rows from right table, and even for the keys which do not have any values in the left table. Next we will see import 2 data frames or 2 data sets from commercial slot analysis, and we will try to perform all the 4 type of join on that data frame, and we'll see how it turns around. We will first import the data frame 1, which is orders, and if we want to see the shape of it, we can see that, and we can see that there are 9 columns and 1369 observations. And we will import the second which is slot, which has 17 columns and 1764 observations. If we open these data sets, we can see that there is one unique ID which is pretty common column in both the data frames. And so now we will curate these data frames. We will try to find if there are any duplicated key on both the data frames. We can see that orders data frame has 3 duplicate unique IDs, and slots have 13. We will try to just remove them and create 2 new subsets, order 1 and order 2, by dropping the duplicates based on the unique key column. So we have dropped the unique ID duplicates, and we will see if we have correctly dropped the duplicate unique IDs or not. You can see that now the orders 1 new data frame, which is derived from orders do not have any duplicate key, and same is true for the slots. Now we will go into joins, and inner join, as I have explained, it will take the common rows based on the unique ID, and it will just return common rows based on the unique ID of both the data frames, but it will return all the columns from both data frames. So we have performed inner join, and in this new data frame inner data, we can see that there are 8 rows which are common, and all the 25 columns, from 9 from here and 17, and there are 3 columns which are basically common in here. So we can see that we have 8 common rows based on unique ID. Next we will see the outer join, and if you perform the outer join, we can see that in the outer data, which is our new returned data frame, there are 25, all the columns are part of this new data frame, and there are 3109 rows which are result of performing a outer join. Now if you want to perform a left join we can perform by giving the parameter left, and the new data frame would be our left outer join, and the left outer join is giving us, left outer join will have all the values from order, and any common rows of slot which are also included in orders will also be part of it. We can see that there are 1366 this kind of rows available, and if we want to perform outer join, we can perform that too. It will give us all the values or all the rows from slot 1, and any common from order, any common row based on unique ID from order 1 would also be part of our right outer data frame. For right outer data, we have gotten 1751 observations. Next is a lab for you. All the joins that we have performed based on the learning, we can just perform any joins of these bills and complaint data frames. Based on the customer ID, you have to perform left and right or outer or inner joins. Exporting the dataset or data frame into an external file. Once we have created new data frame or we have merged the data frame, we want to create a new data file to save in our hard drive. So how do we do this? We can use pandas.tocsv function to export data frame into any external CSV file. How it works is, we use the name of the data frame first, and then we use the function .to_csv, and in the parameter we give the path and the file name .csv. Do not forget the part .csv. Okay. For example, if we have performed left outer join, and using that left outer data frame that we have generated, we can export it to a CSV file. I have used the to_csv function, and the parameter for the path plus the file that I want as a CSV is outer_join.csv. Now we will see in Spider if it works or not. So I have taken the left L_outer_data, which is the left outer_data, the left join written from our merger, and I have used to_csv function, and the address of the file that I have given, the path is my D drive, and then stayed info folder, and there I have given the file name outer_join and the CSV file, which is the file type, I would say left join outer2. This would be a correct nomenclature. Now if I run this, and if I go to my this address, the path, and if I open it, I can see that I have just created one left join file, and if I open this file, I can see that yes, I can see all the joined data frame which has left join performed on 2 data frames. Next is the conclusion. Okay, so far we have we started from importing the data sets, and we even started seeing how the data frame works and how they are built. So basically they are in the core, they are Python dictionaries. We saw some basic commands or checklist when we import the data frame. We also learned manipulating the data frame and how to build new subsets, and we saw how to handle the duplicates and joining the data cells was also an important concept. In next topic or in next session, we will discuss data handling, or some basic statistics also.